I think. Afternoon, folks. Just see who's going to join us today. Another Friday. Weather-wise, a bit dismal. But it's not rained this morning. Oh yeah, it did briefly. But it's not too bad. More of the same for the weekend, I believe. And how is everyone on this Friday? Hope everyone's okay. I've been busy here again today. Wasn't too sure what to talk about today, but thought I might as well talk about all things magnesium, more specifically to do with magnesium and chronic pain, hopefully. Just wait for a little while, see who's going to join. I can't see anyone as yet.
I've got people joining us.
Hope everyone's okay. Last one very soon come round, hasn't it? Friday. We've got a Facebook user. Why does it do that on here?
It's because if people are watching from the support group and they haven't given their permission to the app to show their name.
Ah, right,
I did
okay.
post from the support group about it the other day.
Hello, whoever it is.
It's Rosanna.
Ah. Okay, yeah. I thought I'd talk a little bit about a metal called magnesium. It's a very important nutrient in the body. Something that's a lot of us seem to be lacking in these days. Although myself and Becky have tested ourselves and we're not too bad, are we?
No.
In fact, we've not done that for ages. We could do doing that again. Bev says, how does lack of magnesium affect your body? Oh God, I can't answer that in half an hour. It does a lot of things. They reckon I think it's something like 300 mechanisms it's involved with. So I thought I'd just briefly touch on magnesium today and its role in pain and why it is in our product Warrior Balm. Someone says, my items from you are out of date next month. Are they still okay to use after date, please? They should be fine. We've tested our stuff over 2 years. Yeah. The reason we just give like a generic 12-month, but a lot of these things are natural preservatives anyway, so it should be okay as long as it's stored in a cool, dry place and out of the sunlight. And keep the lid on, obviously. So I would say it's okay. Yeah, I mean, I've got stuff that's older than that. I mean, four, perhaps 5 years old, and it's still okay. Someone says, I take magnesium glycinate. Yeah, it's an interesting thing, actually. If you're going to supplement, which one you take. In fact, well, you're asking, might as well jump straight into that. A lot of the supplements are magnesium oxide, which is fairly cheap, and they say it has this benefit and that benefit, but personally I don't think it's so great because magnesium oxide is a very stable compound. It's basically magnesium rust, and it forms a very stable compound. I've got a couple of figures that I wrote down. It's stable up to 427 degrees C, magnesium oxide, which means it's very stable. So like hotter than your oven. You're getting like glowing red metal sort of temperature there. Yeah, so that means, because it's so stable, if you take it into your body, it will stay like that. So it doesn't, what they call, dissociate. It also doesn't dissolve very well. Magnesium oxide is very insoluble in water. So you take that and it'll just sit in your stomach. It won't dissolve into your, okay, you've got acid in your stomach, so it will dissolve partially, but it's not very soluble at all. And when it gets into your bloodstream, if it still has the oxide, it's just going to sit there really and not do much. And your body will sort of recognize it as something that shouldn't be there and get rid of it. Yeah, any of the, what I'd call organic salts, magnesium citrate, anything like that is much more bioavailable. And the form we use in our Warrior Balm is the chloride, which may sound funny, but it is actually a lot less stable than the oxide, which means it's more bioavailable. So that will start to break down at 100 degrees C, the chloride. And it's also extremely water soluble, so it will dissolve into your body very easily. So it gets to where it needs to be. Yeah, so what does it actually do when it gets inside you? I've got a little slide here. I'm concentrating on its action with your nerves now, and how it's involved in your synapses, your nerve synapses, how they fire and all that kind of thing, and the effect that magnesium has on that. So hopefully you can see this okay. We've just got a little simple diagram there. Oh, hang on. Nothing happening, babe, there's nothing there.
Click on the little sliding.
I've done that. It's not coming out, it's just blank.
We'll just go back because it's like a video, not a slide.
I've done that, I'll put it back to the beginning.
Just talk.
Technical problems, folks, sorry about that. I did have a little picture. So what magnesium does in your nerve cells is it acts as, how did you find that? A kind of a blocking agent for the nerves. So what you have this down the center there, the blue thing, that's your receptor for your synapse, which works by calcium and sodium. So you have a calcium channel there down the center, and sat right in the center of that calcium channel, you can see, is magnesium. So what it's doing there, it keeps that channel blocked, so it prevents the synapse from firing. But obviously if you're deficient in magnesium, a lot of those aren't going to be present, so there's nothing to stop the synapse firing. And as we probably know by now, what happens in fibromyalgia is that your synapses become oversensitized, so they fire very easily, and this is what gives you your pain. Your pain receptors fire on a whim, basically, and this is why fibro patients end up with chronic pain, because the synapses are firing all the time when they shouldn't do. So magnesium is very important to help prevent that by blocking the channel there. There's lots of other things interacting going on there, like if you can see the GLU, that's glutamate. Well, what that works by the synapse next to it, the one that's already fired, it releases all glutamate, and if there's a certain level of it, this will then push the magnesium out of the way and allows the synapse to fire then. But something else I've been looking at recently with regard to these antibodies, and that is the receptor sites on the edge there. They've just got numbers on there. And these are MDMA sites, is it? Yeah. These can actually become super sensitized by antibodies. Now, there's a lot of research. I've been reading a lot about this recently, and it's very, very interesting stuff. So I think we're sort of onto something there. A lot of these antibodies can be overproduced by autoimmune response, so it is sort of I think in line with our thinking about autoimmune and fibromyalgia, which is something we've thought for a long time, but there is evidence coming out for it now. But anyway, so you can see magnesium very important for helping to regulate how your synapses fire and to kind of suppress that. Another thing that it uses in conjunction with magnesium is ketamine, which is why high doses of ketamine is used to knock horses out, but it's involved in that as well. So that kind of blocks the calcium channel as well, preventing the synapse from firing. So it's probably one of the reasons why our Warrior Balm is so effective, is thanks to our unique process, we can get magnesium chloride in there, which is able to soak through your skin and get to where it's needed in your nerves. And this was the reason it was put in there in the first place. So I'm basically just saying that it's not willy-nilly. We're not the sort of company that just throws something in a jar and hopes for the best. It's all worked out, and the magnesium is there absolutely for a reason, and thankfully seems to work. So yeah, we've got other things in there like the DMSO, which aids that process. The magnesium chloride dissolves into that, and that goes through your skin into where it's needed again. So yeah, there's our wonderful Warrior Balm, and just an explanation of why there is magnesium in there and what it does, or one of the things that it does. I do recommend taking a magnesium supplement, but again, if you are going to supplement everything, have a word with your doctor first. But personally, I would take magnesium. It's
to a question that Lee's asked there. She said,
sorry.
In terms of getting magnesium into the body, is it best to use supplements or external application?
Both. Yeah, either is good. There is kind of an unwritten rule about magnesium. If you are a bit deficient in it, if you get like a highly concentrated solution of it, say like bath salts or something like the ones that we sell, if that makes your skin tingle, chances are you're deficient in your magnesium. But both are good. Yeah, I would supplement and use external too. Yeah, Becky's just kindly handed me some bath sherbets. These have quite a lot of magnesium in, but it's the magnesium sulfate, which is a well-known muscle relaxant. And if you swallow it, it'll relax all the muscles in your guts as well and makes you run to the toilet. So yeah, just be careful with that. But yeah, it's a great form of getting it into your body in the bath. The sulfate is much cheaper. That's one of the reasons we use it, but it is also very water soluble too. So that's a great way of getting some magnesium in your bath with your magnesium salts in the bath sherbet. It's still got all the essential oils in there, which again is another topic, going back to the antibodies and the receptor sites there. A lot of the compounds present in the essential oils kind of mimic the action of hormones and such things like that. So you've got the added benefit of all that on your nerves as well as the magnesium. So it's not just the magnesium that's helping your nerves there, it's all the essential oils as well. And yeah, the balm is more like the delivery method. We thought this would be the best way to do that and to get these things through the skin and into your body where it's needed. Again, the base oils are chosen for a reason, for that reason. So yeah, everything that goes into one of our products is there for a reason. It's not just for show or for smell or anything like that. It's there because it's needed. Can you take too much magnesium? You can take too much of anything. There's an old saying, isn't there, that too much of anything is good for nothing. So, but your body is quite good at dealing with it. If you do take too much, you'll tend to just pass it out when you go to the toilet in your urine. But again, if you supplement and you're not sure, ask your doctor. I'm sure they'll say it's fine to take so many. A lot of them are worked out for your daily dosage, aren't they? So it will say in the bottle how much you need. But be aware, if you're taking a supplement and you're taking your full daily dose and then using something else, be aware that you will be going over that limit. Lee says, thank you, I do already take magnesium supplements and it definitely helps reduce my cramping issues. Yeah, it's a great muscle relaxant for that reason, and there's the reason why, well, one of the reasons anyway, it stops the nerves firing. Lee says, sadly I only shower, would using those salts in a foot bath be worth doing? Of course, yeah. Yeah, I think I've used them in a foot spa, haven't I?
Yeah.
Yeah, it should work fine, yeah. I'm just trying to think of something else. You could put some of them in a bottle and just pour the water on your skin then and rub it in and leave it on for a bit and then go and shower it off. You know, that is a way of getting magnesium onto your skin. And like I say, that is kind of a test for it. If that makes your skin tingle, if it's quite concentrated, it's taken as a sign that you are probably magnesium deficient. Where are we? Yeah, so yeah, that's our Warrior Balm. Shower wise, we've got the Warrior Balm shower suds, which have the essential oils in, but unfortunately we can't really put a lot of magnesium in there because of the way the soap is, so it doesn't work so well like that. But all the essential oils that are in Warrior Balm are in the shower suds, and a lot of people find them very effective. And we use them sometimes. So
it's a cumulative effect as well, isn't it, by layering the products?
Yeah, it's all, as Becky says, like a layering effect. If you use the balm, the shower suds, and the bath sherbets together, it's like a triple whammy, and it will help your pain a lot more. Lee says, I never thought of that, thank you. Yeah, it's there's lots of little, if you any questions like that, if there's anything you're not clear on, just get in touch, and if we know, we'll answer. If not, we'll try and point you in the right direction. Anything really. I might need a mortgage once I buy everything. Oh, we're not that expensive, surely. We do try and keep the cost down as much as possible. Yeah. But, would mixing Muscle Magic and Warrior Balm salts be okay? I'm sure it'd be okay, but it's not something I'd recommend. I'd use them one at a time, I think, because if you have too many essential oils in one go, they can kind of overload or interfere with each other sometimes. It's very unlikely, but it's not something I would sort of recommend mixing them, really. Bath wise, I suppose you'd have to empty the bath, wouldn't you? What you could do, I suppose, is put your Muscle Magic on as the oil, say 20 minutes before you get in the bath, and then use the bath sherbets in the bath, that kind of thing. You could alternate it that way. But we reckon about 20 minutes is a reasonable length of time in between using them for them to get in and do the stuff before the next lot comes in. Tree says, I found my body can't absorb vitamins, that's why I have to be taking B12, injection. But since the COVID, I've had to take tablets, which doesn't help much. Any advice? There are some people who don't seem very good at absorbing vitamin B12 and do need an injection. I can't remember the reason for it.
It does just seem to be B12, not all vitamins, though, doesn't it?
It's normally just B12 that they give as an injection. for that reason. The only thing I could suggest, Teresa, is what kind of B12 are you taking as a tablet? I would recommend, it's called methylcobalamin, which is the methyl form of B12. Tends to be more easily absorbed, but of course I think it is a bit more expensive than the others. Some of them have cyanocobalamin, I think they are. That's the cheap one. It's not as bioavailable. So if you can, get the methyl version. Other than that, I don't know what else to suggest, really. Someone's saying, when I get back from a rally, I cover in Warrior Balm while I have a coffee and then some Muscle Magic bath and use Muscle Magic shower suds to wash. Like, yeah, I'm taking a guess that's Helen coming back from bike rally. Yeah, that's a great idea. Yeah, it's like I say, it's like alternating it, the different forms of it. So you could do one, like say 20 minutes before the other. Gigi says she'll be layering thing again. Yeah, a lot of people do that, and it does seem to help, doesn't it? Yeah. And heat as well. I recommend getting the heat on. It's obviously hot things are, your pores open. A lot of reactions work faster with the heat. As a boring chemist fact, a 10-degree increase in temperature doubles a reaction rate usually. Lee says, oh, she's replying to Teresa, some people struggle to digest and absorb meds and supplements. It can be an issue you may need to speak to your GP about. Yeah, I can't. There is a reason why B12 isn't absorbed in some people, and I can't remember. It might be something to do with an enzyme, but don't quote me on that. I can't remember. The doctor suggested a vitamin B12 tablets. It begins with C, but I can't remember. Well, if it's C, it's probably cyanol, I would guess. So ask him if he can to get you the methyl. That's the one I'd recommend personally. As far as I know, that's more bioavailable. Supplement wise, I mean, you can buy the supplements yourself. You can get the methylcobalamin, and there are kind of like sprays for it as well. I think some people are doing those, but they're very sweet then. I'm not too keen on them.
Scroll up, babe. Did you see these coming about Wakey Wakey and Rise and Shine?
Oh yeah. I have to say this, Becky knows, I dyed my hair purple on Tuesday, washed it for the first time this morning, and usually the suds will be coloured, but with Wakey Wakey Rise and Shine there was no colour loss at all. Yeah, it's because there's nothing in our shampoo that can damage the hair like a lot of shampoos do. They have lots of things in there, that like salts and all kinds of stuff, and it's damage to the hair. I mean, that's what you do when you dye hair. You basically have to damage it to get the dye into the hair, because the protein fibre is quite smooth. The shining won't absorb things. So again, anything in there, it suggests that it's probably damaging it. That's why the dye is coming out. I don't know. I mean, that's just my guess, but that is a known thing, isn't it? Yeah, because peroxide and ammonia, what are in hair dyes, are basically there to damage the protein, so that it creates little gaps in it, and that's what lets the dye in. Julie says, I want to say this is another thing I love about MCC. Unlike my GP who just wants to treat my symptoms, I love that you're researching the causes, etc. behind the scenes to inform the development of the products. It's how it should be. Well, yeah, I mean, if you want to cure something, you've got to look at the cause, haven't you? That is, we've said this before, for some reason these days they just seem to concentrate on treating symptoms and not looking at what's causing these things. The evidence is mounting up though, we're still looking at it, aren't we? And we are hoping to get a supplement as well that might counteract some of these things. So, but we need a lot more research on that yet. But we're getting there. I've been reading quite a lot about it this morning. It's interesting. A lot of these things have been known for a long time, actually.
Hopefully 2022 Warrior Day. Fingers crossed for the supplement.
Yeah, fingers crossed. Tree says, can you get in the shops and can you spell it so I can write it down, please? Speak to my doctor, yeah. I'll put a thing on the end of the live, something like a little note or something with the name on. Hopefully someone will remind me to do that. Because my head's terrible. Yeah, you can buy it in the shop, yeah. You can buy it online as well.
There you go, Lee's just written it down for you.
Ah, yeah. Oh, thanks for that, yeah. There it is, methylcobalamin. What was the name of that spray? That was like a little pump spray, and you sprayed it under your tongue, and they reckon that would help it absorb faster, because that's probably why they put all the sugar in there, so it absorbs it. But it's very sweet, that one, I thought, and not so great for your teeth. But that was the methylcobalamin. Lee says, I agree, we damage our hair to be colourful, and then most shampoo has more chemicals in to damage it further, rather than just cleaning it, it strips it. Yeah, again, it's probably to make you buy more. A lot of the salts and things leave it feeling quite sort of dry and brittle, don't they? It's, ours is nothing like that. Eh? Just some pure natural soap and essential oils, that's it. And it's all I'll use. Yeah, so yeah, that's magnesium and why it's in our Warrior Balm. It's absolutely there for a reason, and I always encourage people to go and look things like this up for themselves. So if you just type in on Google magnesium nerves, all that kind of thing, you should be able to find a lot of stuff on there that explains it probably better than I could. Lee says it's interesting about sweet things. They say that a sweet biscuit or mango can help us absorb CBD. Yeah, it's because you have enzymes in your mouth and all that. There's what a lot of things called active transport. A lot of salt and that is absorbed that way. So it's the same as like taking an alcoholic drink with salt. Your body senses this and it stimulates your absorption. So you get like they call them ion pumps, things like that. So it actively takes it through your skin in your mouth, through the cells in your mouth and into your system. So sweet sugar like that will stimulate saliva production in your mouth, which will help absorb anything that's in your mouth a lot faster. So that's basically why you get leathered quick on tequila slammers and sweeter drinks, because your body will absorb those and then that will take the alcohol through with it faster. So that's why it's good fun, tequila slammers. Anything like that, and champagne's the same. The vapor from the carbon dioxide, all that kind of thing, it helps the alcohol absorb faster. Facebook user says, I've noticed the MCC shampoo and conditioner doesn't build up like commercial chemical-based ones. I'm not quite sure what you mean by build up.
You don't get that build up on your hair.
What, of like the salts and that? Right, so
yeah, it's like a coating on your hair.
Right, yeah.
But it's like plasticides in it.
Yeah, there's all kinds of stuff in there. Silicons they put in, you name it. Caustic is another one which makes high pH. I've mentioned this before. High pH is associated with hair loss. A lot of hair removal creams have a high pH. Yeah, so again, any questions, anything like that, any suggestions, please let us know and we'll try to answer. So on that note, I shall wish you all a great weekend and thank you for joining again. And take care, and we'll see you on Monday. Thanks for joining again. See you, folks.